Hostile Nutrition, I guess. This is their grass-fed white isolate, ISO H1 it's called. So I hadn't really intended to do any of this, but I use protein powder. I use a good bit of protein powder. It's a regular staple for me. It's a daily thing, just like Fairlife milk. It's still just food. It's still nutrition. That's what it is. I know a lot of people out there refer to protein powder as fart powder, and to those people I want to say, if you really believe that, then you're just mired in a state of ignorance. Because where that whole moniker comes from, fart powder, this was back in, I don't know how many years back, been a while, but when I first started working out, lifting, became knowledgeable enough that I decided that I could benefit from some protein powder, there wasn't anything really good to choose from. The quality was really, really poor. And it truly was fart powder, if you want to call it that, because especially by comparison to all the outstanding protein powders and formulas that are available today. Just outstanding top shelf stuff out there. You know, back in the day, protein powder mixability was horrible. Shaker cup, I don't even know if there were shaker cups. I don't even know who came out with the first shaker cup that kind of caught on and everybody became aware of, but you had to mix this thing up. I had a little hand blender, you know, like old antique hand blender, and I used that. And that wasn't really sufficient, even enough to really mix it up very well. And if you let it sit too long, it would fall out of suspension and gather at the bottom. You know, the powder would fall out of whatever fluid you had it in, water. Don't dare even think you're going to mix it in milk. And it was always chunky. It didn't mix. It upset your stomach. Felt like a rock in there. Gave you bad gas. You really couldn't digest it very well, so you're walking around crop dusting in the gym, you know, these silent but deadly ones, and then slipping away, you know, leave it to linger. But which in some instances was fun. You know, life gives you lemonade. Yeah, something like that. Make lemons. Life gives you protein powder. Crop dust the gym. Anyway, you get what I'm saying. Today, that's not the case. You know, today we have outstanding protein powders, which I am especially hugely appreciative of because I was around then, so I know the difference. Today they taste good. They didn't back then. Today the mixability is incredible. You can just shake them up, and the best ones, literally, I can mix with skim milk with Fairlife, and it doesn't even add any viscosity or to the thickness of the milk. It's just like nothing's there. It's just like more skim milk. It's very smooth, doesn't upset my stomach, you know, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So it's all good shit. But that's because the very best today has digestive enzymes in it. And point number two, if you're one of these guys out there referring to protein powders as older fart powders, I don't use them, that's because, like I said, you're either mired in ignorance or you're just a cheap son of a bitch that you put the lowest common denominator product in your body. That's all you think of your physique, and that's probably why you look like you look, because you put garbage in. Garbage in equals garbage out. I don't even know why there are still shitty protein powders available when you have these options of these like just top shelf cutting edge formulas out there. That's all I use, and there's quite a few of them. There's quite a few, not every one, right? But the key things that I look for are, like I just said, digestive enzymes. Okay, I prefer to buy whey protein isolate. I may buy other proteins, but I always go with whey protein isolate, at least whey isolate, because the versatility that's there for me. Okay, I can have it in water and I can enjoy the benefit of a faster absorbing protein, or I can mix it with something else to slow down the digestion. So number one box I look for has to have digestive enzymes, because as human beings, we're really not built to digest whey from cow's milk. We really, don't really digest it that well. And you will fart your fucking brains out and get gas and get stomach aches and all kinds of who knows what. if it doesn't contain a digestive enzyme. More often than not, most of the time. So, digestive enzyme, yes, check. It's on the label. It has a digestive enzyme in there. It has a digestive enzyme formula in there. Is it whey isolate? Yes, it's whey isolate. The calories. A calorie of protein, or a gram of protein is 4 calories, right? So this is 25 grams of protein per serving. So how many calories should that be? Should be 100 calories, right? So that's just something to keep in mind if you're looking for something cleaner and you want to know what you're consuming. If it's got, the closer it has to that 100 grams, the less things are inside of that mix beyond the actual whey protein. So most of them come in at about 110 calories, rarely, but maybe 120 calories, right, for 25 grams of protein. This one comes in at 130. And they do have emulsifiers and things in there that you need, so they do, the mixability is improved or whatever have you. But the mixability in this protein isn't good. And I'll get into more of that in a minute. The other box I look for is it independently lab tested? Does it have any other certifications of the labs that create it, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera? And lastly, is it grass-fed? Or have the animals been grass-fed? If they have been, if it's grass-fed whey isolate like farm-fed, or NutriBio has a grass-fed version of whey isolate that's outstanding. Oh, farm-fed is outstanding. And there are others, Protolite, you know. So the grass-fed thing, I can go either way. That's not a deal breaker, but it's just an extra box that if it's there, that, you know, I give it the nod all the more. Yeah, right? But it's not a showstopper if it's not grass-fed. Well, guess what? This one is. It's whey isolate. It's 25 grams per serving of whey isolate, but it comes out to 130 calories, which is a little, it is on the higher end, in my opinion, for the proteins that I would use, but it's okay. It's supposed to be a good flavor. It says cinnamon oatmeal cookie. It does say that it's grass-fed, and it does contain digestive enzymes, so why not try it? I figured, you know what, let's get with the program. I don't watch a lot of YouTube as a spectator. Well, I have that wrong. I do watch some things, but none of it falls under the fitness or sports or any of that kind of, you know, category. It's not that. That's not what I watch. So, since Sam Sulek is, you know, king shit right now of Turd Island, so to speak, no disrespect to him. He has a great physique. He's very young. He's got a big, huge jump start on it. And I like the way he trains. You know, old school approach. Works for him clearly. He has a really good silhouette, and what I mean by that is he just looks flowing overall. His physique just flows overall. It just doesn't look like there are any glaring holes in it. He looks pretty good. Anyhow, so I figured, you know, what the shit then? Let's give it a try. Let's give it a try. I didn't even know what the hell Hostile was a month or so ago. So I figured, let's give it a try. So I got it. It was actually, I got a pretty good price on it. Listen, you're going to spend a little more coin for better quality stuff. Food, supplements, you're going to spend more. Now, do they always meet label claim? Not always, and we know that to be factual. I am not saying that this doesn't meet label claim. I have no idea. So you put your trust in a company, a reputable company. It checks all the boxes. It looks like that they really are putting in the effort to create a very competitive, you know, high-end product, right? And then the proof is in the pudding, as always. You get it, you try it, and then you make your decision. Okay, so I got this. I was very surprised. Let me show you how much remains in here. I've had this about a month. Just about a month. Look at that. And I won't be using it anymore. I may give it away to one of my friends that's broke, you know, or somebody that I know that works out, the money's tight. Yeah, and they're already going to have shitty food and upset stomach and gas problems anyway. Maybe I'll let them have the rest of it. If I could send it back for a refund, I fucking damn sure would. It's indigestible to me. I can't even digest this shit. This shit takes me back 25, 30 years, 30 some years. This takes me back to like the late 80s as far as quality of protein. In my opinion, for me, that's how it works out. The proof is in the pudding. And it's just, it's not good. It's not good. It doesn't taste that great, which that's not a showstopper. That's not an impasse. You know what I mean? Good taste is just an extra benefit. And there are a lot of them out there that they taste so good that I look at the caloric content and I wonder how in the hell they're doing it. And that makes me a little suspicious. But I trust certain companies. I may be getting got. I don't know. But I do feel like I got buying this, because although it checks all the boxes, it doesn't behave as if it does check all the boxes, really. You understand what I'm saying? It doesn't digest well. The mixability is god-awful. You can't just shake it up. If you shake it up and you don't drink it fast enough, it does all settle into the bottom of your shaker cup. The only way that I can really mix this thoroughly, right? Because there are chunks in there. Now you could say, well, you're being nitpicky now. That's commonplace for protein powders. No, it's not commonplace for your higher end, better choice protein powders. So when I'm spending the same relative coin, right? Because they'll come in around the same price when you get up that high. Kind of, sort of. You can get up to $50 in a jug of protein about this size if you know, they're out there. But most of them, this is pretty competitively priced. And I don't mind even spending a couple dollars more if I can use it, right? Because if I can't use it, anyway, it gives me horrible, terrible gas, upsets my stomach, it's indigestible, does not mix well. I even tried, here's really what's very telling to me. Back in the day, mass gainers were just, you gotta be joking me, you're gonna try and eat that? You're not, you might as well just go get sand and throw some vanilla flavoring in it and put it in a blender, blend it up, and try to drink it all gritty and nasty and tastes like shit, and it's still not going to digest very well, right? That's what the old mass gainers used to be back in the day. Today, much to my surprise, what I found out this year, there's a company that I like so much and I utilize their products so frequently that I saw that they had an extreme mass gainer, and it's like 800 calories for 4 scoops, which is a lot, but it comes in a large container, and when you weigh it all out, it's not really that expensive. And I figured, you know what, that's convenient once in a while, so let me investigate this. Easy calories, let's see. And if it's of such quality, let's see how far that's come along. Because I know there are other products, the way isolate is. So I did get it, and it's delicious. The mixability, I can shake it in a shaker cup and mix it up. 4 big-ass scoops. I can put it in a shaker cup, shake it up, and drink it, and it doesn't upset my stomach, and it digests better. For me, it factually does, than this. How can that be? How can that be? That extreme mass I'm talking about is a composite protein powder. It's not all whey isolate, right? So you would think that, oh, there's no way that could be equivalent to this as far as digestion, mixability. It's superior to this, in my opinion, in my experience. In my experience, it is superior to this. I don't know what you kids are out there doing. You know, I don't know who's buying this a second time. I don't, you know, once you bought it the first time, because it does check all the boxes if you read the label, but it doesn't check all the boxes for me when I use it. Is it just me? Am I some kind of completely aberrant fucking specimen as far as human beings go? Am I that different from everybody else? I think not. I'm the same organism as you and everybody else. You know. Anyway, this, in my opinion, is fart powder. It really, truly is. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. You can bullshit a lot of people. You can probably bullshit, when you're talking about YouTube, fitness and shit, you can probably bullshit the majority of people. I see that and I believe that. But I've been around too long, man. And if you doubt it, if you're sitting there saying, oh, he's just sour, he's talking about Sam, oh my God. I'm talking about this. Now, if you doubt it, why don't you go ahead and pony up the coin and go buy you a jug of it. And you see for yourself what it's like. And then you come back and let me know. But don't start screaming and crying when You haven't tried it for yourself. If you tried it for yourself, don't lie. Don't lie. You know, don't tell me how awesome it is. Oh, it doesn't bother my stomach any. I drink it every fucking day. All right. What can you compare it to that you've tried? Have you tried any really good proteins? Real good ones? Because this markets itself as it's right there in that line, along with them. The price point is right there, basically, too. And it does check all the boxes like that's what it's trying to be. But I haven't found it to actually be that way. Anyway, that's it for now. I hope this helps. Probably triggers some of you. Probably triggers a few of you. But it is what it is, man. You want me to fucking lie? Let me tell you what, it was such a shock to me that that's why I felt compelled to make the video. How often do you even see me making a review type video? I don't really even do it. That's it, I'm out. Take care. Hope you have a great day.